Let's shift over to something where I have an advantage because you have not seen any footage from, which is Heroes Reborn.
Oh, how did it look?
It looked really good.
Really?
I have to say. So this was, you know,
season 1 Heroes good?
It looked cool to me. So it was weird because, not weird, but once in a while there's an outlier trailer that they don't release online afterwards, usually mid-season stuff. But this time Heroes Reborn, it's going to be on in the fall, but they only showed it at the upfront. They have not released it. And now that we're a week out, I feel like it might be Comic-Con. It might be like I think they're going to have a big Heroes presence at Comic-Con.
I hope so. I gotta say that this is another one where I'm very cautiously optimistic because I loved that first. I mean, we all did.
Yeah.
That first season of Heroes, and if they can recapture that even a little bit,
Yeah.
hopefully a lot.
I think I'm looking forward to the fact that it is focused, that it's like 13 episodes and a specific story being told. So spoilers for the trailer follow, I guess. I did a big write-up on it on the site. But yes, one of the biggest reveals in the trailer was that Zachary Levi is the bad guy. And I'm excited by that. I think that's really cool, playing against type.
Very much.
Like he's basically just going out.
And against reality, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah. And like, you know, his sort of intro in the trailer is him sitting in a sort of support group that either must be people with powers or other people who... Basically, we get the idea from the trailer that, look, Heroes always borrowed from X-Men. And so the idea in Heroes Reborn seems to be that because the end of season 4, the final season of Heroes, was the world finding out these people existed, it didn't go well. And it's gone, and we're going into sort of Days of Future Past territory where they've all been killed or hunted or gone on the run. And we get glimpses of, like, you know, the original characters, and it's like dead, wanted, like very Days of Future Past, sort of what happened to them. And then we see this group where Zachary Levi is sitting talking about people with powers, and then he stands up, him and the girl next to him take out guns, and they shoot and kill everyone in the circle. So you get the idea that he just killed a group of people with powers or people who supported people with powers.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was cool. Like it was, there's one moment that's super cheesy and yet is awesome, which is that Noah Bennett, HRG, is now, I'm just a simple paper salesman. And there's a guy who comes to him, who's like, you know, you have to help these people and embrace who you are. And he's given a manila envelope, and he opens it. And I should say he does not have glasses on. He opens the envelope and the glasses are inside. So it's like his superhero costume.
Yeah,
like he will,
putting it back on.
Right.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. So
I like the sound of it.
I'm hopeful, yeah. And this was a big deal to me because I don't know about you guys. The more Heroes went on, the more annoying Hero the character got to me.
Yeah.
Loved him at first. But then they started to go so far down the well of he's adorable and childlike.
Yeah.
And but they had that glimpse of future Hero.
Is he kind of a badass?
And in the trailer, the only time we see him, he looks like future Hero.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God, are they going to let Masaoka just play that?
Yeah.
Because of what this is? So
that'd be great.
that'd be awesome. Yeah. So that's, yeah.
I don't know. I'm on board.
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because
Do you remember when that was like the only thing on TV even like that? It was crazy that it existed?
It was great. I mean, Heroes, I actually kind of really tie into my time at IGN because it was, when I started IGN, Lost was our biggest show, but Heroes was the first show to launch when I was at IGN to be like the big, like, oh my God, this is for our audience, and everyone's freaking out, and both our readers and us love it. You know, we were so excited by it, and we covered the hell out of it, and then it. Yeah.
One day you have to like just talk about the evolution of your time here when it was like 1 or 2 shows and looking for stuff to cover into like us were like.
Yeah, there's a lot. And a brief thing I want to say about Heroes, I don't know if rant is the right word, but every time we write about Heroes, including with this new stuff, there will be a sect of people who say, oh, the writer's strike ruined Heroes, or it would have been it would have still been awesome if it weren't for the writer's strike. It's not true, guys. The writer's strike meant that, they stopped production and they came back the next fall, but season 2 was already way shaky. And in fact, Heroes, because they decided with season 2 to go to the volumes thing where they were going to have 2 or 3 stories a year. So we got all of volume 2, I guess. Better than a lot of shows, it didn't just cut off. They got to like tell that story. And I don't understand why people think that if, like, I don't know, they were already having problems with the writing, and so they got a few months off and came back, and then the writing got worse. So I don't know why people think that the writer's strike is an excuse for where that show went.
I don't know. I mean, thoughts? Why do you think? You know, I really don't know, because actually, like, I was just in my mind going over the couple of projects that were super benefited by having extra time.
Yeah.
Because of the writer's strike.
Yeah. But even the shows that like Chuck or Pushing Daisies, there was a lot of shows that got their first seasons cut short because of the writer's strike, and they came back and they were as good or not better than ever.
Right, because they had even I think like yeah, I mean, I really think that I was just going through the whole list in my mind that I was like, there were actually a lot of things that benefited from taking a break and not having to do all of those episodes.
Yeah, and some, of course, yes, it's very true. You could make the argument it did kill momentum, like Pushing Daisies. Who knows? It was so weird. Would it ever have a bigger audience? But it couldn't have helped that it was then suddenly gone. Yeah. But people seem to be acting like the quality of Heroes was hurt by the writer's strike, which I don't think makes sense. You know?
An audience could be lost by that, yes, but the quality of the writing is not going to suffer.
Yeah, season 3 was their worst season. So
yeah.
That's all I want to say, people. Is writer's strike. It had its issues, but it didn't make Heroes bad.